Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for stopping by. So today's reading will be all about your soul's journey. So I have received a new oracle deck and I was just going through some of the suggested card readings, and one of them that I did up for myself was pretty relieving for me. So I really would like to do it for the collective too. I hope it's gonna just bring the same effect on you. So basically, this reading will be aiming to bring you some clarity about where you came from and which life you have born into, and where do you meant to be taking an action towards, and what could be the challenges along the way. So why I would like to do this reading is actually sometimes, like most of the times, everyone is having their different kind of challenges, but when we would like to talk about those challenges with people in our lives, let's say even the professionals, so it is taking a time in order to open up ourselves, and only if we're lucky enough that our energies are just matching with that person that we would like to talk with, and that they could actually receive us or understand us. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. So sometimes while you're trying to explain yourself, you might be feeling that you are not understood enough. So it just causes a lot more trouble. So what I mostly find about pick a card readings or any kind of general channeled messages from people that I was listening is it is like an instantaneous relief when your energy is just matching with that reading and with that person. So it has been usually a thing that you even didn't knew that this is something that you needed to hear all along, and now you feel extremely relieved and understood and not like feeling alone. So this is my purpose of why I would like to do this reading. So I hope that it can just bring such kind of a relief into your lives and into your moment too. So this is going to be group number 1, this is going to be group number 2, and this is going to be group number 3. So you can just pause the video, meditate a while, and then you can be drawn into one of the piles, or you can use a pendulum or anything you like, or whatever deck you like as look. So there will be timestamps below, so I will see you in your group. Hello, group number 1. If you've chosen this Starseeds Oracle deck, then this is going to be your message. So first, I'd like to check about your fated life, like which life you're born into, and the obvious life, or this might be mostly dominating in your like early childhood or latest 20s. This really wanted to came double mission. So double mission card talks about like starseeds and light workers at the same time. I don't know how much do you believe, or how like familiar you're with the concepts of like earth angels or like light workers, starseeds. Not to like put anyone or anything into group or like discriminating it, but like if you have been already came across with those kind of concepts, or you already have a lot of knowledge about it, or you search for it, so that might lighten up something within you. But let's see, before I talk more about, so what is group number 1's fated life? So I got these 2 cards. Okay, so for group number 1, we have Star Ancestors and Activated Earth for your fated life. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Messenger. Activated Earth says that power places a ley lines trust where you're led, And Star Ancestor says that hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So okay, this is a star seeds oracle deck, but it don't have to be like I didn't intend to compress it into only for star seeds. But one thing is that so you might be really resonating with the star seeds. So the very general, like a um, common traits of the star seeds that say that they always feel longing for home. They never felt to fit in to the society or to the family that they born into. So it's so common to feel like you like to stargaze a lot, or you are doing it, or maybe in your childhood you just think about or did run away from home a lot of times. So that's why the Star Ancestors card isn't here. So I'm seeing that you have a lot of connection with the stars and with the sacred places of earth, because with the activated earth card, whenever we are at those sacred places on earth, like the Stonehenge or uh, or any other temples that you can think about. So they are having bonds with the earth, basically, which can help us to activate something in our DNA, basically, which can help us to awaken. So you might be calling to travel a lot, or you might be a person that loves to travel a lot, or recently you might be called to travel somewhere, or that might be the part of your life, basically. So yeah. And with the hidden secrets and the lost wisdom, I feel like you are an old soul, and you might be a bit feeling, let's say, outcasted, or you might have a bit stronger and a bit stronger outlook. You might be a very decisive person, when you just put your head on something, you just go ahead and take it, and no one else's opinion could be able to actually steer you away from your destination. So and maybe at your early age you realize this trace of yours, because if you're resonating by being a starseed, some of them when they come into the earth, when they reincarnated on the earth, so some of them has this feeling, this sense of knowing since their early ages. They know that they have a purpose, and they're waking a bit earlier than the others, but the other parts, they are having a lot more struggles. They do have this sense of a feeling and sense of a purpose. However, it just mostly causes them a bit exhaustion and dissatisfaction in most of the things that they are doing, because they haven't found their purpose yet. So I feel that you might be the ones that could have this kind of a sense of knowing and wisdom since your early ages already. And with the messenger card in here at the bottom of the deck, it says that serious energy bringing harmony and balance. So you might be connected with the Sirius. And also with this card, usually what I'm feeling is that your purpose when you come to this earth in this lifetime, with this reincarnation, is to bring balance to the people around you, to the family that you're born into, to your friends, any acquaintances that you have, or any connection that you came into, even for a very short time. So even your presence here is bringing balance. Even your energy here is bringing balance. And this energy is not an easy energy though. So this might be a very challenging energy. if you are not awakened enough or don't know how to deal with it. So people with this card, I believe, like in their fated life, they might have gone through more challenges compared with the others, because I also feel with this card that there is like a bit like icy interior. So it's just like a divinely put boundaries and walls around you just to protect you from the others. So if you had hard times to fit in into the groups, and if you were outcasted many times in your early ages, in your childhood, or if you're still having some residues of that one, if you're resonating with that energy, so that might be the really reading for you. The reason is that we are going through those hard times in order to find ourselves, our talents, and our abilities, our origin, so that we can actually just we can actually get closer to our life purpose, and we can actually connect with our true selves. Because when we're born into, there are a lot of influences from the family, from the society, expectations that we meant to fit in. So they are causing the fractions in our lives mostly, and they are holding us apart, holding us back from our true selves. So this is what I'm seeing, that this growth is the journey that you have been in. And I'm also sensing and feeling that you might have traveled a lot in your early childhoods. And since I'm not very familiar with this deck, I will quickly check the star ancestors. So it says that, what if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blossoms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You are being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the remembering of those ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change the point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong, when we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. So you are here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now, to unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth. And one day we will again. So currently, and recently, you might have been also discovering a bit more about astrology, or you might be called and drawn into looking into your origin more, that I'm feeling. So let me see, what's group number one's destiny life? So what is the calling of their soul? What's the calling of their soul? Please give me one card. What's the calling of their soul? Their ancestors. You got the love. Oh, that's beautiful. So it says that Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Okay, I'm really feeling that this group number one, has a lot to learn, and you might have came across with several soulmates in this lifetime, and each one of them is really here to teach you something. The soulmates can be friends, can be romantic relationships, acquaintances, like anyone that comes and go. They don't have to stay in our lives forever. They don't have to stay in our lives for so long. So the more soulmates that we came across with, the more lessons that we have to learn. So I'm feeling that your journey is not the smoothest one, but the fact that your journey is not smooth actually tells that you learn a lot. So this is very beautiful energy. I'm hearing like incredible. And codependency is one of the biggest challenges of you to heal, as I'm feeling. And usually when we feel codependent to someone or some patterns, it's just because we don't feel enough in ourselves, and this can be because of the lacking of self-love. So maybe like a healing of the sacral chakra might be really helpful for you. So basically your soul's calling is to love yourself, because you got the love, so you don't need this love from anyone else in your life, because you have it. So you are filling your own cup, like, so that you can actually offer this beautiful cup of love to others. Or you can just combine your cup of love with any other soul that is gonna come in your way. But this is going to be a very healthy relationship when you actually love yourself. And this lovingness is not like coming from a codependent pattern that if you don't feel enough, so you cannot just fully satisfy even with an amazing person. Let's say that you just come across with something and he or she is just a man or woman of your dreams, but if you are not fully healed, still this is not gonna be as amazing as it would have been. Let me quickly see if I'm just missing something in here. Okay, the Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaries, independent, healthy relationships, because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. You are really incredible and pure souls. The lovers of the cosmic, they dive and fast. They are here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first, and then establish a healthy relationship with others, to remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have all the love on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It is common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at the soul level. Yes, this is the same message basically that I was talking. This is beautiful. Not the way, I mean, like even the progress and the way to get there is beautiful, but it might be really challenging, but the result is worth waiting for, I'm feeling. So what are your challenges from your fated to destined life, your soul's calling? A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So your challenge is to believe that it is going to happen. And at the bottom of the deck is wait. Wait says that it is not yet the time. Things are being woven. So your challenge is to believe that it's going to happen for you, because I'm really feeling like with this a new earth card, you just wish upon a star several times and you're just waiting there like little girl. You know that you're not a little girl anymore. You know that you've grown up a lot, you learn a lot. However, you're still waiting for wishes to come through. You're still waiting for fruition. However, it's a very, very steady progress. It's just like a Knight of Pentacles energy. Like, you have planted a lot of seeds, but you are taking a very steady progress that you don't have to go back any of the previous steps that you have taken it before, because you learn it so well. When the such kind of similar situations, circumstances just come into your way, you already learn it, so you're gonna feel it, recognize it so fast that your response is going to be so fast to just clear up the situation. You're not going to dwell into the same kind of karmic cycles again. And it is also inviting you. Your biggest challenge in this lifetime is to keep going and don't giving it up, because in the book this card is also saying like, don't give up, not just yet. And the blessings are kind of in disguise, that I'm feeling that the things that you wish upon a star or you're just waiting for is on its way, and it's gonna like come in a very unexpected time. You're very close. You're even closer than you think to achieving your goals and your like a dream life. I'll just get some clarification for the activate earth and star ancestors with your destiny life, the life that you're born in. So any clarification from your ancestors, from your guides? You might really like to be staying on your safe zone. You know, maybe like you started to learn to like take calculated risks at the late 20s of yours. I don't know how old you are, but you have a tendency to stay in your safe zone mostly. You didn't want to risk things. Maybe you're a very logical person. You might be an earth sign also. But with the Seven of Wands in reverse and with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, you might have, like, your family might have provided you a good home. And, but I'm feeling that there was always something missing, something, you feel that it wasn't fulfilling, like, something like, it's just like this energy of, you know that you have a purpose, but you haven't found it yet. So it just calls you a bit like an exhaustion or like an unsatisfaction. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, this is usually an energy of like, with the upright, you're facing challenges, you're facing obstacles. However, you like to see them, you like to be challenged, because like you know that you're growing a lot with those challenges. But this one in reverse, I'm feeling that deep down, you know, and logically, you know that, yeah, those challenges that they come into my way in my early childhood, they were here to like make me grow and make me heal. But you might be only coming into those realizations in your later years, in your late 20s, your 30s. So you might have been in a bit more of a victim mentality when you were growing up because of the harsher conditions or how you have been treated by the society, your family, or your friends. So let's see a clarification for your soul's calling. You got to love. Oh, we have too many. Everything is in reverse. So we have the Star in reverse, the Karma in reverse, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I was telling you that it is like you have wished so many times upon a star. So the Star cards in reverse is that it's showing that you're having a hard time to like keep believing in your wishes. You're having a hard time to keep believing the karma is gonna like gonna turn in your own favor. It's like you haven't experienced a good karma maybe for a long while, and you haven't seen your wishes. The Nine of Cups is like a wish fulfillment to come into fruition. Maybe also in this deck, the Nine of Cups is also like showing gatherings with people having a really hard and enjoyable time and being very popular among your friends. But when this is in the reverse, it just shows that maybe you are not the most popular among your friends. So I'm feeling that in your later life, like your soul's calling is to be finding out who is here, who is in your life, to be there for you actually, who really cares about you, letting go of the connections that are not serving you. It doesn't matter if that person has been in your life forever. After we have awakened, after we have started to make sense of the things in a bit deeper way, it is so normal that we are letting go. We are called to let go of some connections because they are not fulfilling us as it was before. Because like our perspective is changing, our way of seeing things or receiving things are changing, but the persons that we have like we have engaged with, they are the same. So our frequencies are not matching anymore. That's why we are called to let them go. So this is one of the messages that I'm seeing. And I don't feel like I have to get a clarification with the new earth, but I will. It's like again with the karma card in reverse, I'm feeling that you are called to don't give up. Yes, Eight of Cups and the Empress at the bottom of the deck, and New Earth. You are the Empress. You are a very loving person. Like you have a lot to offer. Like I'm feeling that you have incredible gifts that you haven't discovered, not yet. Not yet. You have a lot to offer to the world. You have a lot of compassion for the people, and you are called to give that compassion to yourself. And again, leaving the things that are not serving you anymore. It can be hard because the fact that there are 8 cups in here shows the emotional investment you have done. There's a lot. However, it's not fulfilling you anymore. So it is not selfish, but it is very self-caring and very important and needed for you to be letting the things that are not serving you anymore and stepping into your amazing Empress power in here. Wow, that is beautiful. So I will get last couple of cards from the Life Purpose deck to see what you are called to do, like what is fulfilling your soul. I think guidance for you. You might have a quite good connection with children. And again, I'm feeling like a sacral chakra work, like healing an inner child wounds. And you might be sharing the experiences that you have gone through with the people to help them let go. It says that walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. That is beautiful. That might be your current message that you really need to hear right now. And also, this is like so much resonating with the Eight of Cups in here that I was telling. You are called, and your soul's calling is letting go of the people and the situations that are not serving you anymore. You are not here to rescue everyone. Like, not everyone is gonna understand your compassion. Not everyone is gonna like answer or receive your compassion in the same pureness that you would like to give it to them. It's also one of your soul's learning. The other card we have is energy healing. It says that your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. You guys are energy healers. Like, I'm feeling that balancing your chakras regularly and doing meditation regularly is really gonna help you to find your own peace and also discover your own talents, your own gifts that you haven't awakened yet. And we have sensitivity at the bottom of the deck. It says that you are becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. You guys are empaths that I'm feeling. And by doing meditation and energy healing, as I'm feeling that you are going to be a bit more grounded and you're gonna you're gonna put an energy shield around you so that you're not gonna get affected from other people's energies. It's not because like we are coming across with the bad people, etc. No, it's just like even like unconditionally when you're doing a healing session with someone or like a reading for someone, it's so likely for you to absorb that energy if you're an empath especially. So it's so important for you to learn how to protect your energy and how to learn how to how to learn to use it, how to get the best out of it that I'm feeling. Wow, That is so beautiful. So that's the reading that I got up for you, group number one. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was resonating. So hope to see you next time. Have a great week. Bye bye. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your reading. Oh, sorry. So first, I'll start with what is the calling? What's the call of like your ego, your obvious life? What is your fated life? But before I begin with, I kind of heard the born of a new idea within you. I don't know if you're going through currently another or the first time a spiritual awakening, but if something is changing in your environment, take it as it resonates. If there is actual pregnancy, or if you or someone around you might have been already like given a birth, a new baby, but I am mostly sensing a new way of life is starting up for you. So let me see. What is the fated life you're born into? So that might be the life that's affecting your early childhood, or like early times, like until your late 20s. So what is group number two's fated life? Their ancestors, their higher self. What is their fated life? Okay, we have new earth. We got this card as a challenge for group number one too, but it says that it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So I'm feeling that you have a lot of challenges in your life. So you might have struggled to keep faith at most of your point. You might have felt like you want to give up, or maybe you have given up several times, but like something just poked you, or you feel a nudge, and you're like, no, like I have to like get up again. I have to continue. So I'm feeling there have been a lot of challenges in your life. And let me see, we have cold at the bottom of the deck. It says that soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. There might have been a lot of challenging situations in your life where you needed to defend yourself, what you believe in. So this card is usually called for telling someone that like your blessings are like coming, they're even like closer than you think. So please do not give up yet. So I'm feeling that this is kind of like the pattern in your life that, I don't know, like kind of falling apart, coming through like a breakdown, like maybe mental breakdown, and like gathering yourself up again so fast. So maybe I'm feeling that maybe you don't have so much time to do mistakes. Maybe I'm feeling like your ancestors and your higher self it's not like in a rush, but it's just like you have a lot to do in here. So you have to keep, you have to keep going. I feel like you know a lot more than you think you do, and you have a lot more gifts to offer the people, a lot more than you realize. So it's like you don't have so much time to waste. Maybe you had to come into that realization at a very, very early age of your life. You might have even you might have even experienced some like supernatural things at your very early life. You might be clairvoyant. You might have seen things in your childhood and it didn't make sense. So you might like put them under the carpet and maybe not even remembering it right now. Or you might have like feel a bit not understood at your childhood when you wanted to like talk about those things with the people around you, like take it as it resonates. And I really feel called to like clarify it. And the card is like Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor. See the light by staying grounded. Staying grounded is very important for you to be actually acknowledges the messages that you're receiving with. I'm feeling like your higher chakras, your crown, your third eye, and your third chakra, especially your crown or your third eye, are activated like continuously, and you're receiving downloads and messages continuously, even like you might be having lots of dreams, so intense dreams, so vivid dreams. So you have been downloaded all the time, because I'm really feeling that you have a higher sense of purpose, which might be keeping you awake at night even. That's why staying grounded is so important for you, to be actually receiving those messages and actually believing in those messages and not letting them steer you, of course. Uh, I will see the Star Keeper. It says that you're an ancient keeper of the stars. Hear the anchor and see your light in your unique ways. You have likely been incarnated on earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We are at the tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all the species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you will be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you will anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you will call home, the more the wisdom is seated here. So you may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light. Perhaps by taking a trip or living a certain location, you might also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more established Earth's energy will become and the less reactive humanity will be. So you are here for a double mission: to grow as an individual, as a part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in the frequency. This is mostly what I was feeling, like you are really here for a greater purpose. That's why you might be feeling this exhaustion of you're running out of time always, and a bit like feeling not satisfied fully at most of your present moments. But really, grounding meditations and grounding yourself, connecting with the earth is really, really important for you, that I'm feeling it. But I will clarify them. I'm seeing if there's anything I'm feeling. It's just like there's a portal opening in your heart. Connecting with your heart is very, very important for you. And trusting yourself, trusting the knowledge. You might be also so how does it call, like attention taking, is this a thing I use it usually, so like catchy eyes for people who look into your eyes. Maybe you are just reading through people's like intentions, their soul, while you look at them. Your gaze, your sight, your eyes, they might be quite intense and a bit scary to some people who isn't get used to it. So you might be mirroring and awakening many sides of the people you have encountered with, you have come across with, and they might not be mostly the very pleasant things that people would like to remember or come into realization with. It doesn't matter if you have just like met for 5-10 minutes with that person, or you have known this person for like your lifetime. It doesn't matter. I'm feeling that you are triggering. Yeah, you are triggering many things within the people that you have come across with. That's why maybe you find yourself in your early years like you haven't got a very good connection with people, so you might have encountered many challenges with people, many conflicts, because like they have been treating you badly, and all you do was like just be yourself, and like you didn't even have any bad intentions or any intentions towards them, but like you have been keep treated badly and unfairly. It's just because I'm feeling you have been triggering, I can speak, too many things, too many sides that they have been suppressing within themselves. So let's see, what is the calling of group number two, soul? That was fast. Your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Wow, you guys might be quite creative, and I'm feeling that you have all the power to manifest anything you want into your life. So it's just like you're living at the, like we all are like living at the many different places in like in many different timelines, but you might be more aware of that reality than any other person. Like maybe you also have kind of like a talent. I heard it before that maybe traveling through your timelines, you have a lot of forgiveness within you that I'm feeling. You might have gone through a lot of things to forgive, and your soul's calling is to heal a lot of experiences, a lot of conflicts that you encountered with people during your lifetime, because they each teach you something. And I'm feeling that I'm hearing like you're a very wise person, and your time is so precious. I'm hearing to like spend it on, you're not a person to self-pity yourself, but you're not a, also, I'm hearing that like your higher self, your guys are like, you don't even have a time to really dwell into unnecessary emotions too much, because you're more than aware that there were experiences, yeah, they were like not super tasteful, but I'm forgiving them, yes. So by doing so, you're actually creating anything you want into your life. You might be also an artist in any science, in any like a size of your life. Uh, uh, I don't know, you might be a musician, you might be a painter, uh, you might be like working with the animation, like anything basically. Like there are many creative sides within us, and creativity is not only just restricted with the art or with those things that I said. There are many things that are not coming into my mind even now, but. Um, I'm feeling like whenever you call to and whenever you kind of feel stuck or like a cluster of energies, it's really important for you to express yourself clearly and authentically. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Fall into My Arms, a surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. It's just like you're bringing a balance into this world, and it's so important for you to actually balance your lower and higher chakras. It's just like in the staying grounded card, like you are receiving a lot of downloads and information all the time that I'm feeling. That's why it's so important for you to grounding yourself. And let me quickly also check if there is anything, any important points that I might be missing. It's saying that reconnecting with your manifesting power and aligning your thoughts, feels, and actions with the vibrations that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and a consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you would like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. Say it out loud what you are most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain, you will find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting for you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Your thoughts and feelings are extremely powerful. Like, you have incredible manifestation power that you're gonna realize it more, and you're gonna get a hold on it a bit in a more wiser way. During the late years of your life, I mean, like maybe 30s, a bit later than 30s, but I'm feeling that you already come into the realization of this manifestation power of yours. But in order to receive the messages and see them, again, I'm telling that it's so important for you to be grounded. Okay, I was going to ask for your challenges. It says cracked open. So rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. It is really like, as I was feeling it while talking about the new earth card, you might haven't hit to rock bottom several times, and you might feel like you didn't even have time to like gather yourself up. You just feel like no time, but you have to like move on, and you don't have any other option than that. So it's a very intense journey for you. And I'm feeling also there is a lot of love. So, like your ancestors, your guides, your higher self wants you to know that there is a lot of love around you, and they love you. So there might be a lot of times that you have asked yourself that why this is happening for me, what have I done? Like, you haven't done anything, but it's just like there's a lot of, like, it's not to put a pressure, but it's beautiful. Like, there's a lot of things that you can actually do. I'm not going to say expectations. And I'm sorry that at the bottom of the deck it says that defenselessness, writhing past wrongs, uprooting, you learn a lot. It's just, can you see the duality, the similarity in those cards? Like, it's just like you might be Gemini, that's one thing. And I was also feeling Sagittarius with your life as a canvas card. Or your North Node might be in the Sagittarius, by the way. And you might be like pulled into two different directions all the time, like, and this pulling apart, I'm having like lots of chills now. This pulling in a two different directions is mostly your will to give up, and your call to not to give up is your biggest challenge in this lifetime. And this is also the thing that you need to learn how to balance, basically how to root yourself, just like in this I'm sorry card. You can see the roots in here. So having a connection with the Mother Earth is very, very grounded for you. It's like changing your perspective on the things that they are actually like happening it for you. And after you really come into the realization of your true power, your true gifts, your true abilities, your origin, then you're gonna you're gonna see all of your past experiences in a different way. And that's what you're also called to do for with this cracked open card. I'm feeling like you are a perfect channel between this world and the 5D, with the spirit world, with the cracked open. It's like you're a perfect gateway for them. So let's see the clarification from New Earth and Star Keeper. You might have a lot of self-confidence issues in your early years. You might have not trusted yourself much. You question yourself a lot, your abilities a lot. We have Eight of Swords and the Death in reverse. So it's a bit like conflicting energies, because at that is the Scorpio energy, and it just represents not a physical, that it represents closing up a one chapter and like starting a new one. So the biggest challenge in your early life, in your early times, I'm feeling is that letting go of any kind of old and how is it called? thought, beliefs, conditionings. Uh, so there might have been a lot of things you couldn't make sense of. For example, what your mother told you. If let's say your mother was like, or the environment that you grew up in, let's not make it personal, is so religious, but you never just make sense of it. Like you were like, but that doesn't make sense. But everyone in my environment believes in it. So there might have been a lot of conflict. What your heart was telling you, what your mind was telling you, and what was trying to tell you. So there were a lot of like resistance through that, because the death in reverse is usually representing kind of like a resistance for me, like having a hard time to letting go of an old belief. There, it's just like this cracked open card. So there was a lot of things that was crumbling in your world, and you were just hitting the rock bottom so many times, but you have to get up there and you have to move on. So there might have been also harder times that most of the times you couldn't manage to actually fully continue on the new challenge of your life because you haven't fully healed from the previous one. So with the Eight of Swords in reverse, you really had to learn to let yourself out from your own mind prison. You didn't have time to feel sorry for yourself. I'm sorry. I am sorry, besides this card, and I'm just feeling that you didn't have too many opportunities or time to feel sorry. Maybe you take a lot of responsibility. Just take it as it resonates. If your parents were not so responsible, so maybe you have to be the parents of them. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I just kind of guided to tell it. So let me clarify your life as a canvas. Ace of Pentacles. It's like so much matching. Like your life is a canvas. You are creating your own life. You have this amazing opportunity to create your own life. In the Knight of Cups, you guys are really sensitive, and you have a lot of emotions to offer the people. And apart from that, mostly what I'm feeling is that whenever you're called to, I'm feeling that your emotions are speaking with you. So you're gonna understand that there is a divine guidance coming through you when your emotions are heightened. Like if you're feeling sorry, you feel extremely sorry. If you're feeling excited, you're feeling extremely excited. If you are loving someone, it's just like you love it from the bottom of your heart. So it's just like you are living your emotions at the peak. So whenever you feel the extremes of the extremes, I'm feeling that this is the divine guidance coming to you in order for you to keep working on something, keep starting on something, start to create on something. Wow. So what is this cracked open card this year? Can we get a clarification for your challenge? Okay, we have King of Swords in reverse. King of Swords in reverse might be a very distorted energy though. So at times when you feel you have hit the rock bottom and you know that you don't have time, so you have to get up, you might be making so hasty decisions. Maybe there are some things in your life that you don't feel so proud of, the actions that you've taken in your past times, in your early ages, in your past experiences. There's no one to blame it here. Definitely you're not called to be dwelling into any past experiences or actions you have taken. No. I'm feeling that you have a lot of power. You might have this leader qualities within you. You have a lot of life force. You have a lot of life power and confidence. However, I'm feeling you might be coming across with people at your first part of your life who were misusing their power. Some not so, I don't want to even say not so good intentional, but people who were misusing their power. Or take it as it resonates if you have been also like being so like cold and emotionless against those situations that you have came across with, especially if you're a Gemini. So it's if you're an air sign, it's a very like a mind oriented sign. We have two sources in here, like a Gemini, Aquarius, and a Libra, if any of those signs are resonating with you. So you might be too much like divided between being in your head and what your heart is calling for you too. So when you feel that much of challenge, so you might just wanted to like take the easy path and run away from it, and your actions were quite hasty and might be like hurting people, and you might be not wanting to like face with your emotions mostly, and putting everything kind of like trying to put everything under the carpet, some emotional baggage. Okay, I'm kind of guided to not like read this one in here, but this is kind of your challenge. So maybe one more card with the King of Swords in reverse, please. You are just more called to listening your emotions, like allowing your emotions to get into the surface. It's not bad. Again, I was thinking of the Knight of Cups. You like your biggest challenge is to learn that your emotions are not a bad thing. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm so sorry for laughing, but I'm just kind of resonating with that, with the specific connections that come into my life. That's why I'm guided to say that your emotions are the things that makes you feel alive, basically. This is how your intuition's talking through you. So maybe there were times that a lot of times that you try to block your intuition because you didn't want to feel, but this is how your emotion this is how the divine, how your intuition is guiding you through your emotions. You're just leaving them at the peaks, and maybe you don't want to seem weak and you don't want other people to see you weak, so you have high pressure on yourself to hide your emotions. But expressing our emotions doesn't show other people that we are weak. First, you have to accept that. Wow. Okay. So now I'd like to get last cards about what you can invest your energy into, which is going to be like called for you, what your soul is calling for you to invest an energy in which area. What your soul is calling for you to do. What your soul is calling for you to do. Card number 2. Okay, we have author. I'm not gonna just take this card, but you guys might be a writer, or you have a huge urge to write something, or you might be gifted with channeling, like channel writing. We have light and love. So it says that your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. So once you find this beautiful place in your heart, and once you accept the love from others and show this love to others, this is where you're guided to, like bring a light and love to the earth, and higher the frequency of the earth that I'm feeling. And you can do that light and love through your creative expressions, whatever it is. If that's a book, then your book that you wrote is going to bring a lot of like enlightenment, and brought up a lot of like unseen parts of the people who are reading your book, or your paints. They can have the same effect, or your music, or anything that you have created in this world. One more card, please. And putting flowers in your home environment, in your work environment, might be also really helping you to higher your vibration. One last card, please, for group number 2. Anything that can higher their frequency. I feel like I'm not called to take any more cards for group number 2. Yes. Just like one other confirmation that you're just on the right path. If you need to hear this, keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So this is all I got for you, group number 2. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was resonating. Thank you so much for bearing with me if you did until the end of this reading. So I'm wishing you an amazing rest of your day and week. So until see you next time, hopefully. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So before I start your reading, I would like to say that take it as it resonates. It's a general reading, but I felt like you guys might be having a difficult time throughout your lifetime, or maybe this is like a current energy that's surrounding you, like having a hard time to focus on one thing. It's just like your mind is just wondering about many different things at the same time. It doesn't mean that it's even like very important, crucial things that you needed to do. Maybe I saw a lot of cards when I was doing a pre-shuffling about needing to decide on something. It's just like you're at the crossroads, you're not doing anything, you're just like observing it from outside. This is not the intention of this reading right now, but it's just like I'm guided to share with you that this might be the energy that is surrounding you, like having to decide on something and trusting the path that you're going to take. Basically, this is where you're going to be guided, so you're not going to do any kind of wrong decision or wrong choice. So whenever you stall this thing that you have to do, I guess you are just you're just creating more worries for yourself. Just like if this is resonating with you, that you are feeling very like divided attention of yours, it might be also kind of like escape mechanism of you, that because you don't want to deal with this important decision that is at your hand. So you might be getting rid of this kind of like disturbing-ish, let's say, like a mind situation of like a fragmented energy of yours into many different things, because you're still trying to not to like deal with what's in front of you. But take it as it resonates. It's a general reading. So now I will move forward with the reading itself. So I would like to see that what is your fated life, like what is the calling of your ego. So like that might be the life of you that the early ages of your lifetime, let's say you're like late 20s. Just really want to come out, so I'll take this too. I usually wait until the cards jump out, but let's see. Surrender to the sweetness. It says Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Beautiful. And the other one is all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Beautiful. So give me a moment. Yes, sorry. I just wanted to like tell you some general traits of Venusian people. So if you guys might be like resonating with those traits, let me see. The Venetian energy is a very feminine energy and it's a very intuitive energy. They like the beautiness of the things. And we are having the intuition here too. So they are highly spiritual and sensitive people. And let me see. Okay, like since your intuition is you're a very intuitive and spiritual person, your higher chakras might be oftenly activated. That's why you might be having a needing of grounding yourself. It says that a very harmonious voice, and you are bringing a sense of sensuality and beauty to things, and you might be also charmed by the beauty of the things. You might be liking a bit like a luxury of things, or the things that are like talking to your five senses. You're like a thing with a beautiful scent, thing with a beautiful touch, the soft thing. So you might really like to maybe like decorate your home, or you might be having a different like aurora or energy of you that attracts people into you. So it's also said that like you are having a personal relationship with your guides and your higher self and your angels. So, okay, this is like a general trace of Venetian people, so you might be resonating with that. And I'm feeling that apart from like group number 1 and 2 that I was seeing, I was feeling that they were having a bit harder times in their early ages, but it's just like um, you experience quite like a sweet loves in your early times until your late 20s, let's say. Pleasure, joy, making love to life. So you really know how to handle life. You really know how to get joy out from the life. And this is what has been taught to you. This was the journey at your early ages. This is what you meant to learn, how beautiful life is, how precious the every moment is, basically. But I'm feeling that there was always like some side that needed to be balanced. So it's like inner authority, intuition, and turning your gaze within. So I'm feeling that you have a lot of like sacred places for yourself that no one has known about you. That it's not like you overwhelmed or something, but you have been called to maybe go to your special place. You know, to be there for a while, maybe even meditate, or maybe just take very deep breaths. And I'm feeling that that special places of yours have like might be by the sea, by the water, by a big water body, and I'm also feeling that the sacred places of earth are having a bigger impact on you to awaken something within you. Like any temples on earth, like any kind of like a sacred places, like a sacred geometries, might be talking to you more, also activating something within you. But it's just like you might be having a very um you might be a person that doesn't have any hard time to adapt yourself into any kind of environment, so you might be quite adaptable to changing conditions. And I'm feeling that you have a very high sense of confidence, and you know your worth, you know your beauty. That is an amazing energy to have in your fated life. So With the all paths lead home, it says that it's normal to look the external world for answer and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inwards. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on wisdom within and let that be authority in your life. So if the scars appears, you might be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered of the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling at homeness, and throughout your day to find simple ways to keep coming home. And it's asking like, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? Like, what are your ways to do that? And I'm feeling that you are creating your own sacred moments in your home. Maybe like you already have a special place that you like usually do your meditations. And surrender to the sweetness says that time is our most precious resource and is the greatest healer. If you have been no work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time and an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnect from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. So we strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. So this is evolving you back to the pleasures of being human, to focus on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. Okay, one additional thing that that is mentioned also is that if you have been, which I don't really so much feel so, but if you have been a lot of if if you're focusing on your work so much, if you have a tendency of being a workaholic, let's say too much devoted into your work, or like a perfectionism, then this is what you also needed to learn to be present in the moment in your early times. And I'm feeling that there might be some kind of Saturn energy, or you might have Capricorn in your sun, moon, rising, or like a Venus sign too. You might be a practical person too, but I'm just mostly feeling that you have an incredible feminine energy, because the flow of these two cards, it is beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I'm feeling that you have a high sexual energy that invites people also to you, like a very gentle and a very feminine energy. So beautiful. Child of the cosmos is at the bottom of the deck. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Wow. You're really being called to be, yeah, you're really being called to be doing meditation in a regular basis and connecting with your intuition, and inviting the divine, the cosmos, your ancestors to talk with you on a daily basis. As it was said before, yeah, like practicing it and taking it into a higher level of practice, basically upgrading it, and being aware. You need to be aware of your gifts and talents more. But I'm feeling it, and this is what you have been learning in your early life. Wow, Star Ancestors is the card of your soul's calling. It says that the hidden secrets, the lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So basically, you are called to search and understand a bit deeper into your roots, your origin. Like, If you're resonating with being a starseed, the general traits of the starseeds are not not feeling belonging to Earth, always feel a bit like outcasted, like a black sheep, and always feeling a need of going back to home, but don't know where this home is. Um, and always feeling a sense of purpose, but not knowing what it is exactly. But I'm not just quite feeling this dominance of these energies around you, because I feel higher sense of coldness in your own nature with this beautiful heightened feminine energies in here. So you're really called to understand and discover more about your roots. Maybe you need to be doing a bit more guided meditations to discover your ancestors, your ancestral patterns, to do some healing around that also. There is a lot of wisdom, a bit more than you currently know. You got to love. I'm feeling that there's a lot of love that you're receiving from the divine, and there's a lot of love that you can offer to people. And whoever you came across with, you just give a pure unconditional love to them. It's just like in your aurora. It's just like in your energy field, and I'm feeling it in a very balanced way. I'm kind of feeling speechless with this group compared to the first two groups. So, Star Ancestor says that you're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held a remembering of the Star Ancestors, to look a little deeper if you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do some things different. So, you're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets, transmissions. You're really cool to be like understanding it more. Maybe recently you find yourself more into astrology, or like a star sees a healers. Maybe you realize that you have those healing abilities within you, but you're called to like you're called to look at them and dig a bit deeper, like look a little deeper. I'm also feeling that like it's really hard to speak with this group right now. You can just read through different kind of informations, but it's always better for you to keep comparing it with. Because I'm feeling that even like your intuition is going to speak to you when you start reading it, something you're going to know whether it's like really resonating with you or not. Yeah, again, I'm guided to say that like being in a sacred spaces of earth might be really invoking something within your DNA. So you might be really called to be traveling to some different locations at some different times. So that's why it's very important for you to be grounded, because it's important to realize when is our intuitions talking to us, or like if you might have a higher tendency, we have a higher tendency to think that, oh, it's like all in my head, like it's just like a stupid kind of an idea that just come to me, so it doesn't even make sense. But you're being called to actually decipher the masters a bit more, decipher the talking of your intuition. Like what is your wishful thinking, and what is actually your intuition is talking to you, like understanding the difference. So I'm called to see that, okay, I saw this card before. I would like to see your challenge in this lifetime while you're just moving from basically your south to your north node. And yeah, your challenges during this lifetime, basically, when you are, I want to say, like upgrading yourself. So it is, you are not alone. It says that isolation, physical connection, and community. I'm feeling that you have a wonderful aura and energy around you. So you're attracting a lot of people in your life. And you're very kind and sensitive and a gentle soul. So that's why you're like drawing a lot of people into your energy field. But I'm feeling that you are not finding, not with everyone, you are finding this very meaningful connection. You're kind, you're being kind to everyone, regardless of what. But sometimes you're feeling the sense of maybe loneliness. So this is the biggest challenge in your life. That's why your guides, your higher self is telling you and talking with you constantly, that I'm feeling, to remind you that you are part of cosmos, you are part of them. You have a family. You have a family in the stars. You had lifetimes in the other galaxies, and you are not alone. So they don't want you to feel alone or like dwell into your own thoughts. Mm, or if you have a tendency to isolate yourself, it's just like I was just mentioning, that you have a sacred place to yourself, that you can escape and be alone with yourself. This isolation in here is the biggest challenge, that maybe it's taking a lot of time when you do that for you to come back to the reality of life again. So this is one of your biggest challenges, as I'm feeling. Also, like a physical connections. As I was mentioning, you have a lot of sexual energy, so people might be really attracted to you. You might have been a very distinctive, a beautiful face, and a very like a beautiful body and a curvy body. Especially if you're a female, which I feel mostly. So you might have a lot of connections, lovers in your life, which were mostly attracted to your body. But since you are a very like a loving person with a big heart, so this was not your priority. Yeah, I'm feeling that the sex is very important for you, and you really also connect with the souls of the people through sex, and like you get under their skin more than anyone ever could with this gifts of yours that I'm feeling. But this emotional closeness might be the harder thing for you to find with the people that you have came across with. So maybe one of your biggest challenges is to understand who to love in your own energy field and who not to. Like this is definitely your decision in your life, but when especially with an empath, which I'm like feeling, sensing that you're definitely an empath with this higher sense of intuition, higher sense of awareness, higher sense of femininity. It is so important to it's so important to protect your energy field. And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time to talk for group number 3 right now, but maybe you had a harder time to express yourself. Maybe you are mostly like an observer. You observe, but you don't take an action. This is the message that I was just sharing with you, right? At the beginning of the reading. Yeah. So you might sense everything. You might understand everything about people's intentions. You know a lot more than they think you do know. You might be also undermined in many cases of your life, just because you just don't share, you just don't feel need of speaking, because you know that they're not just gonna get you. So why the point? So that might have been the thing that you learn at your early age, and that is a thing also, one of your challenges, that who to share your ideas with, who to share your perception with, because when the person that we would like to talk with don't receive us, then this is becoming a burden rather than a release or a relief. So finding a community, finding a sense of belongingness is also one of your biggest challenges that I'm feeling it. So you might be always like feel a bit like not to fit in, a bit like outcasted, and always just wish for a community to feel the real connection, not just on the surface. So you might have been like also having a pattern of changing your relationship quite currently. Your acquaintances might be changing it. You might have find yourself in a very different friend groups because you have been trying it. And you might have jump through different endeavors also. Sorry, I'm really having a hard time with my throat chakra. That might be also one thing you called for to like work on. So at the bottom of the deck we have Cosmic Heart. It says that devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I'm feeling that this is you, like the Cosmic Heart. You are so lovable that I really need to say, and you are so loud that I'm really feeling. And if you are looking out for a sacred partnership, I'm just guided to tell you that it's coming. And yeah, it's coming because of all the hard work and all the devotion that you have. You're very determined, but not in a ego-based place. Like, it is coming. That's why it's coming. Like, you never gave up. And the inner earth at the bottom of the deck is another card for me to be like calling out for sacred spaces and some places that you would like to escape basically from the reality of the earth. But yeah, let me see. I would like to get clarification for surrender to the sweetness and the old paths lead home. About your fated life, what clarification we can get for group number 3 for their fated life? Okay, wow, we got High Priestess. You are incredibly intuitive people. Like, you have also this duality between, like, within you, that you learn how to balance it out, that I'm feeling. The moon cycles might be affecting you more than anyone else. You might be having like trouble of sleeping, and you might be having quite vivid dreams. Like, your dreams might be talking to you constantly, like a couple of dreams per night. I am sorry to hear that. But yeah, you have incredible feminine energy around you, and you're just basically inviting people in. Wow. I'm just called to take one more clarification on that. The shadow side in reverse, yeah, it's just like you learn how to balance your duality at an early age that I'm feeling it. I'm also feeling that somehow like facing with your shadow was, it is a hard journey. It's a hard journey for everyone, but it was a bit easier for you because you are so open. You are so open to see the beauty in the world, and you don't like just finding yourself in this like a self-pity mode. You know that everything is happening for you. You have a high faith. Is this a thing, having a high faith? You are incredibly you're a person with incredible life, with an incredible life, yes. And also you have a, yeah, strong faith, yes. You have a strong faith of how things are going to unfold for you, that I'm feeling. And this has been the thing also you needed to learn at your early age, to balance again another two, the duality between your logical mind and your emotions. So you learn that to not ignore your intuitions, especially maybe your intuitions might have been talking to you through many different connections in your life, your any kind of friendships. Maybe you have already feel a nudge or some kind of like a sense of knowing like how this connection is going to end up already. Like, you're also so good to understand the intention of the people. Like, you know it. Like, when you met with them, you already know it. It doesn't matter if you don't express it, but you know it. Page of Wands, for the clarification of your soul's calling. Like you might be recently going through an awakening with this Page of Wands, and you might be quite excited about it. Like I'm feeling that you haven't. If you're called to like look deeper into something, some different terminology that you haven't heard before, but when you feel quite enthusiastic about searching for it. And when you just dig a little deeper, you have a high sense and urgency to look, to dig deeper and deeper and understand more and more. It's the thing that your intuition is talking to you, and it's just encouraging you to like keep going what you're doing, because like you're really heading into the like a right direction. And I'm just called to like really like look at this card right now. Can you see that boy? He's just kind of screaming like no, but like at the same time he's also like kind of happy and kind of excited and shook to be see what he saw. So this is very very nice. I'm just like feeling that you are finding some things, finding out some aspects or areas in your life that is really just awakening some kind of like aha moments. Wow. And you're kind of shook and having a hard time to believe it, but this is actually really relieving your soul that I'm feeling it. Okay, so let me get a clarification for you are not alone. Oops, let me get this. Yes, the card that I got is Star. So you're a highly intuitive and a spiritual person. That is, you're just like you're just like a channel and gate between the spiritual world and this 3D world. It's just like usually in the star cards, she gets water from the like from the like earth and just pours it back to an ocean or a sea. So it's like really balancing your higher and the lower chakras are very important for you to keep yourself grounded. And other than that, I'm really feeling that you are having a high connection and a high sense of connection with the stars, with the star systems, that you are, I guess, like right now coming into realization with your connection with it, your real origin. And I'm feeling that whenever you're alone, you have been stargazing it a lot and wishing it upon the stars and just trying to see or trying to imagine where your home was. So it's just like a very, very pure energy, very pure, innocent energy that I'm feeling from you. At your hardest times, you were just going within, and you were just like keep having faith in your dreams that it could actually happening for you. Again, King of Cups in here. It is the King of Cups, a very emotional, at the same time very intuitive and a sensitive person, but knows how to balance that emotions and the sensitivity with the logic also. So that is also biggest challenges of yours. So you might be quite an emotionally driven person, but it is also important to balance it, you know, with the reality. So you might have higher tendency to escape from reality. So one of her biggest challenges was like coming back to earth, coming back to reality also, and connecting with your logic too. So now I would like to see what you can do as your soul's calling. So what your soul is calling you to do, what is gonna like lighten up your energy. Creative expression. It says that your soul longs to express itself creatively. That's beautiful. Like I'm not surprised that with this many cards of talking about how spiritual you are, how heightened your intuition is. You might have been called to express yourself creatively in many areas of your life. Anything that can come to your mind, like a singing or painting with a brush, or like a writing. Did I say singing? Yeah. The music might be also so important for you. The body work is at the bottom of the deck. Also, it says that your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, and exercise training. So regular exercises might be really healing for you, that I'm feeling. Also, taking care of yourself, you're very essential. So you might be extremely enjoying the luxuries or the beauties of life, like regularly going to a hairdresser, getting a facial, having a massage. So they are very important for you to uplifting your mood. One more card, please, for group number 3. Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Well, I guess this is what you needed to hear right now. And I'm also feeling that you are very much aware of it. It's just like you're a beautiful warrior. Wow. So this is all I got for you, group number 3. I hope it was helpful and I hope it was resonating. Thank you so much if you have bear with me until the end of the reading. But I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.